I have never felt more shock. Are we recording? Wait, are we?
I was tempted to just start recording, but then I'm like, nah. Oh gosh. Hello, Cinema Peeps. How's everybody doing today?
Hello.
Oh, Mercury has just finished being in Gatorade, so times are fun.
What? What?
Okay, well, you know how like in the astrological world, there's like Mercury's in retrograde, right? There's all that kind of stuff. I have a friend who says Mercury's in Gatorade all the time, so I just adopted saying that whenever shit starts to hit the fan. I'm like, yeah, Mercury's in Gatorade, that's why.
Yes, I'm going to adopt that too. That sounds brilliant.
Right?
It's a good... It's perfect. Yar. So yeah. We were just chatting, and then Kendra just nonchalantly goes, "Are we recording?" And I was like, "Oh, what? I'm not." Ever so nonchalantly. I was like,
well, our podcast is just us always chatting, so I'm never sure, like, are we recording right now, or are we just having a casual conversation?
Everything should be recorded. We'll upload it to the internet, and one day we'll be famous.
Always be recording.
Right? Yeah, I think that's why I would make a good vlogger. Because I don't know. That's so much energy.
Right.
To, like, have to record yourself constantly.
Oh.
I'm like, ugh. Like, I enjoy taking photos and, like, doing, like, little snippet videos if we're doing, like, the travel stuff. Mm-hmm. Because it's, like, small, but it still feels like I'm having fun with it and I'm on, like, vacation. And I just happen to make an awesome product at the end. But having to, like, film yourself... I think it's also for me when they film themselves in, like, a public place and they're talking to the camera. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I do not have that confidence.
See, and it's funny because in high school I used to actually do a lot of like vlogging without like before it was cool, and
so like cool, guys,
right? But I've got like a whole hard drive full of just like video clips from high school of us like just going to the mall or having a party or hanging out at someone's house or hanging out between classes, just like a full hard drive. And I'm like, man, if I had put this stuff on the internet, I probably could have been a famous blogger by now.
Yeah, damn.
Or vlogger. Yeah.
But I'm happy you didn't. You wouldn't have gone to film school.
Right?
Damn. And I'd be that kid in the hallway that's like, huh, that's fucking weird. Me and my friends would just make home movies together.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then we would just keep them to ourselves. We'd be like, this is for us. No one else. We made a couple. I think I still have some of them on discs. Oh god, it's coming back to me now. Me and my friend made this one. It was like really dark. Mm-hmm. Metaphorically and physically. It was just like no lighting. And I put like the harshest like color grade on it. And like, I'm not sure, but if I looked at, like, I'm picturing it now, and I'm pretty sure I put it through another filter. So already the footage is grainy as shit, because it's not a good camera. There's no good lighting. I've darkened it more, and I think I added, like, what is it called? The thrash or whatever kind of filter to it, and just made it really harsh and extra grainy. Yeah. Oh, man, it's all coming back now. And then... I can't remember which song, but there's like a Nickelback song we put underneath it. So it's like,
Oh my god.
Some prime early filmmaking right there.
Nice. Look at this photograph.
It wasn't that one. Fuck, what? I can't remember which song it was. But it was just, like, really emo. And like, thinking about it now, I'm just like, wow. No.
I need to see this.
I'll have to see if I can find it. Next time you're over, I'll see if I can find it.
Yes, please. We also want to mention that this is our 30th episode of our podcast.
Woo!
Woo-hoo!
We did it!
I think we're past a full season of a show, basically, for episodes?
Yep. I think it's also the longest consecutive thing we've done ever. So
yes.
That deserves an applause.
Right? Our 10-time award-winning, 11-time nominated podcast.
Because what's my thought? The only other longer thing we've done is the Lego videos.
This is true, yes.
And I usually do 24.
Yeah.
So we've well surpassed that.
This is true, yes. So we just want to thank anybody and everybody who has tuned in and listens to the podcast. If you enjoy it, please make sure you like and subscribe and comment. Give us some feedback. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this kind of turned into a fun project to do every week during quarantine especially. I know we started doing this pre-pandemic, but it's been a fun project to just look forward to doing every week. So we appreciate everybody who's been able to, tune in and listen, and the people who've given us feedback to continue doing it. We just have fun doing it. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Here's to 30 more episodes.
5 seasons in a movie. Anyways, we need to talk about the most important thing today, which is Little Hope.
Yes, we did a bit of a sneak peek on last week's episode, which is out while we're filming this, or while we're recording this right now. We did just a little bit of a teaser, but Kathy finally played the last half of it, which we all got to watch over Twitch. She streamed it on Twitch, and we had so much fun watching her do it, and now we can finally discuss the full-on experience.
I know, and I've been waiting for so long for you guys to catch up. I know
you've been waiting.
I was trying to be real patient, but I was like, hurry the fuck up! Hurry up! I need to talk about this.
Yeah.
So maddening. What was my thought? No, I thought Kathy did great. I felt a little bad. I feel like I was being a bit of a bully. I was like, search for clues! Get all the clues!
No, you weren't at all, because, I feel like she was doing as best as she could the first time to find clues, and I mean, I was trying to help, look at the same time, but it's hard when it's so dark, first of all, and, sometimes you just might miss something, right? So when somebody who's already played it can kind of, give you a bit of a heads up that, hey, look out for them here, then you know, right?
Yeah. But I think also from a streaming perspective, and I know a couple different YouTubers have talked about this, because, depending on, if you stream video games or if you or play video games for a living, sometimes people don't want to watch you just, going around in a circle trying to find stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They like you to progress the game. And I think they also just want your, a kind of, it's a weird balance. They want you to play it genuinely how you would play the game. So if you want to keep going forward and forward the plot, that's your thing. Or if you do want to take the time and try to find all the extra nooks and crannies and all the extra little stuff, But unfortunately, that kind of takes time.
Yeah.
And if you want to be entertaining, sometimes it's really hard to balance the two. But I thought Kathy did well. She did an excellent job. I just felt bad because I was just like, more clues! Blue's clues! Get all the clues!
No, not at all.
And then I was trying to be a little shit. I was like, oh, watch out! She's like, don't you dare! And I was like, But, Yar, what did you think of the story? This is what I've been dying to know.
I was saying to Kathy and Aisha that this one's actually my favorite storyline out of the 3 installments of the game. So, I like all 3 of them. All 3 of them are really, really cool, and I love the concept of the game itself, just the idea, because it's basically like you're watching a horror movie, but you get to interact with it and progress the story in a way that you think you would want to, or just, try and get creative with it. But, yeah, no, I liked it, because it had, I think Kathy said this one wasn't as scary, even though she jumped a lot of times during this one.
That's what I said.
She didn't find this one. Yeah.
And she was like, you crazy girl. And I'm like,
yeah.
But sorry, continue.
Yeah, so I don't think she said it was as scary story-wise, but it definitely still had, the spooky vibes to it, and I liked that it had a cool twist at the end.
Yo, that motherfucking, I did not see that coming.
Neither did I.
At all. I was like, what? Although I am, a little annoyed, because, I don't know how to say this without spoiling it, so if you guys want to play the game, go fucking play the game. I don't know what to tell you. But basically, because normally with these games you play as 5 characters, but when you got to the end, you discovered that it's all in one guy's head, the main character's head, and it's him dealing with his own demons, I guess, and
very M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I like the reveal when he gets put into the police car, and then the camera kind of turns around, and then you see the bus driver from the beginning, and then you're like, oh my god! That was all good, but, I didn't need the extra 20 minutes of showing every fucking scene with him and showing him being crazy.
Oh, really? I liked it. It was a good, let's connect the dots kind of thing.
I guess. I just thought it was too long, because for me, I was like, I get it! Yes! Yeah. Move out! Is there more? Is there anything else? Let's go. After the first couple ones, after the bar scene, I was like, oh, that's good. But, then they showed, every single interaction. I was like, okay, let's move this along. We get it, all right? Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
But I think it was Kathy who mentioned, because one of the premonitions that we got in the game was you got to see, like, him with the gun to his head.
See.
So I wonder if there was a different choice that impacted where you could get to that point, if that whole thing was revealed earlier to you, or if something else happens. And I kind of want to play to see what happens in that regard.
Well, I'm playing some more this week, so I can let you know. But
Ooh.
my personal theory is that I also like the fact that Kathy didn't get the gun, because I was curious about that, because I was wondering, because we picked up the gun. Unfortunately, you don't really have a choice. You kind of just, because they're all sparkly things, so you want to pick it up and you think it's a clue, but it turns out it's this old tin box with a gun in it.
Okay.
And you're not really given a choice. Once you find it, you have it.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's cool. I don't know if I really... Well, I guess I have this. This is fun now. But I was more curious that if you didn't have the gun, because at the church, right? Because when we had the gun, we waved it in front of Vincent, the other guy. Mm-hmm. So I was wondering if we didn't have the gun, maybe we'd actually have a conversation, like a heart-to-heart, maybe? Mm-hmm. If I didn't have the gun. But it looks like it still ended up pretty much the same. You get caught by the cops. So.
Yeah.
I am curious if there is an ending like that, where you and Vince come to some kind of understanding, but
yeah,
we will have to see. But sorry, my theory on the gun is that you take the gun, but instead of helping Megan, you condemn her, and then maybe that's when you spiral, and then that's why you shoot yourself. But
okay,
that is my only theory, because again, I've only done one playthrough, so my plan is to play it a lot this week, so
nice,
just to kind of see where everything goes.
I think you got to get on Twitch and start streaming so we can watch too.
But no, I too, I very much enjoyed Little Hope. What was the other? I have a lot of thoughts about Little Hope. They're just really hard to extract from my brain cells right now. This one I found very interesting with the curator, because he kept mentioning, like, it's not up to me, and, like, I don't know, at least insinuating there's somebody else at play.
Yeah.
You know?
It was intriguing. Like, he was making it seem there was more to his story, too, that you kind of wanted to find out about. He wasn't just there to be there kind of thing.
Mm-hmm, which I liked. Mm-hmm. Another thing I wasn't a huge fan of was the goddamn card metaphor again. I was like, oh my god, put them away. We get it. Put them cards away. He did the same thing in Man of Le Man of Medan. And I was just like, put them cards away, boy. I don't want to see those cards no more. What was my thought? From gameplay standpoint, though, I really liked how in Little Hope there wasn't those timed events, which I appreciated. Because in Man of Medan, like, there's a lot of things in the beginning where you're on the boat, on Fliss's boat, and you're, like, waiting for the pirates to come. And if you're trying to do, like, speed runs of the game, you know, to try to, if you're like me, want to get all the secrets and all the achievements, and you're having to sit at these parts because you're like, I have to wait till the game moves forward. Like, on some aspects, I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool, but...
I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, was it when, like, you would be going to search for clues, and then if you didn't get through it all, it would just kind of cut to the next scene, or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you weren't, like... And that was the other thing, too, like, because I like exploring. It sucks when your exploring time gets cut in half because the game just decides to push on. So I'm glad in Little Hope there's... I believe... I could be wrong, but from when we were playing, there was virtually nothing like that.
No, it definitely felt more... I was actually thinking that, too. It felt more like Until Dawn in that aspect, where you could still explore around. And you didn't feel like you had to rush through it. That being said, too, that was what made me think of it, was when we were playing, I'm like, oh, this seemed a lot longer than Man of Medan. I remember Man of Medan, you and I finished it really fairly quickly, whereas this one felt almost as long as Until Dawn.
I think it's still probably a little bit shorter than Until Dawn, but it's definitely longer than Man of Medan, which again I appreciated. And I mean, what was my thought? Because like I said, I'm going to be playing it a bunch this week. Because I mean, it took us I think I said it took us about 6 hours altogether, our first playthrough. But then after that, it's probably going to be like 2 hours or less. Like, we're just going to just breeze through the rest of the game, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I liked the length of this one. There was a lot of new positives. I also liked how they foreshadowed if there was like a QuickTime event coming up.
Yeah.
I liked that very much.
I think a lot of people appreciated that.
Especially when there's the one where you have to move the cursor. Because like sometimes that can be really dumb. So I definitely much appreciated that. And I felt really bad for Kathy when Taylor died. Because it was actually really funny. So we, in our playthrough, we only had Taylor die. But coincidentally, we actually didn't have Taylor die there. So when you go to the next part, and there's like literally the next scene where you're at the house, she gets attacked again, and that's where we fucked up.
Oh. So I wonder if she's always meant to die.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Just because it's like there seems to always be something for her, but then again, there's all these plausibilities, right? So.
Right. But again, I also liked how in your guys' playthrough, how Kathy tried to save her, so she ends up accidentally hanging herself. Don't look too much into it, people. It makes no. It's a little bit of leap of faith there. It's a little bit doesn't make sense. But then her demon is the thing that's always trying to choke her. Where in our playthrough, she died in the fire, so it was like a fire demon trying to burn her. And so it's interesting to me that she's one of the few characters that gets alterations on her demon, whereas everyone else is always the same.
Well,
or at least it plays into it.
I guess it makes sense because I remember when we asked you, you played it in one go, you would have saved Megan in the house, right? So Tanya would have died in the fire, which makes sense as to why the end result would have matched that, because as we discovered, all of their past lives died the way, like it was repeating itself kind of thing. And so because this time around, like the first time around when Kathy and Aisha and I played it all together, we chose to save Megan, but then the second time we all told Kathy to save Tanya, and so because she ends up, slipping and hanging herself, then obviously that's why her death ended up as dying from asphyxiation, I think it was.
Yeah. She
was choked, right? Yeah.
But that's the thing, because I didn't see her death scene in your guys' playthrough. But like, well, because when you go to this, right, when you go to like the stories of the past, I believe we watched Tanya die, or Taylor die, sorry, by fire. So that's why, again, I find it very interesting how she gets that variation, but no other character does. But of course, there's also this weird achievement for her, which is save Taylor from her demons. So we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna play a lot this week, so there's a lot of experimenting that I'm very excited about. I'm excited to try the curator's cut. Now armed with new knowledge, I just want to try all the different things and see what they all mean.
Right?
And find all the clues.
I'm so confused, but also wanting to know what that whole bit was where when the demon grabs the victim and then it like zooms into their eye and it shows like those locked characteristics.
Yeah, I too am not quite sure what that means.
Because like, if it's cool if they're trying to encourage you to, because I know like in Until Dawn, and I guess also like all of them, but in Until Dawn especially, I remember like for a while there I was so focused on keeping everybody's like personalities and stuff at a level that was supposed to be, or more or less, so that to see if that impacted like their relationships with each other. And I think after a while people kind of just started to ignore that. So it's cool that if this game they're trying to put a little bit more importance on that as part of your strategy in the game. But yeah, I wasn't too sure because when I saw that I was like, oh, this is new. I don't like, what does this mean? Like,
it was confusing because like, what's happening? And then your character dies and you go, oh.
You're like, so should I have been a little more deceitful with Taylor, or should I have done this with this person?
Right.
And, yeah.
Like I said, I'm excited to play again. All the extra little clues and everything. I'm just like, eat them all up.
Definitely a lot more, what's the word? Just, they give you a lot more that makes you want to play it again.
Much appreciate.
Yeah.
What was my last thought? And then, of course, they teased the next game, the House of Ashes.
I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think I was more pumped for, like, the trailer of Little Hope this one leaves me a little, I don't know, not underwhelmed because after this one, like, I know they're going to do a good job. But I think it was just, like, the enticingness of, like, oh, the witch trials. Whereas this one, it's very minimal. Like, I don't quite know what's it about. Although that scene where the girl is in the cave and just swimming through what it looks like blood, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
And now that I know it's Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
I legitimately had no idea. So when Kathy was playing, I was like, you know what, I got time. I'm gonna Google, because I thought she was an actress who was on CSI, and then I was like, wait a minute, Ashley Tisdale, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm excited for it because to me, I got a very, like, Indiana Jones, like, adventure exploration type vibe from it, and I love those types of movies. So I'm down for that. But then the statue, they show a glimpse of the statue in the trailer, and that's exact statue is in the Exorcist movies.
That's what you were saying.
So that's what, yeah, that's why I screamed Exorcist, because I don't know if maybe there's going to be some sort of connection, or if it's just that specific statue is a real relic and it has something to do with demons. So
honestly, it could be, because I remember when Man of Medan was first in development or almost close to release, like, they did talk about how they were going to make 8 games and how, like, a lot of them were going to be focusing on other historical stuff, horrors and folk tales and all that kind of stuff.
Which I like. I'm down. Right? Supernatural.
Right? And Man of Medan is technically, like, it's a loose interpretation of that story, because there is a ship that they did find lost at sea, and everybody was dead inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the clue that you find in the radio, I was gonna call it a radio shack. That's not what it is. But, like, the radio tower in the boat where it says "I die," that's an act. Like, that's what they found on the ship. Like, it's a real clue. But I think what ended up happening was, like, what was it? You could Google this, because I vaguely do not remember what happened. But I think eventually that ship sank. Like, they discovered it, but then it sank, and so it's been lost again. So,
spooky.
Right? So and again, they, like, right, they took that and made their kind of own interpretation of it, which is really cool.
That's cool.
And obviously, same with the witch trials. So, like, I'm pumped for whatever they're gonna throw at me next. I'm
Heck
like,
yeah,
give it to me. And like again, big props. I think Little Hope was even better than Man of Medan. And I mean, and I'm okay if Man of Medan's not the best game of theirs, because
it was still fun.
Oh, absolutely.
And for me especially too, because I think you had played it previous solo, but the fact that you and I got to play it together, so that was my first experience, was also pretty cool, because then it was like it wasn't just me having to make all the decisions. You were playing a certain handful of characters, I was playing a certain handful of characters. We didn't tell each other what decisions we made, so that also impacted our game, which was cool, and I liked that. So
as I'm just saying there knowing, I'm like, oh, I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're like, I know it's gonna happen.
Let's get excited, everyone.
I can't remember. I don't think you were I think I might have said it during the first half of Kathy's stream, but I had commented saying they need to make a Until Dawn Dark Pictures game that's supernatural themed and have Sam and Dean be two of the main characters. I think that'd be really cool.
I really want them. I don't think they would, but as one of the Dark Pictures, maybe as the last one, if they do end up making 8 of these games, have actually the cast from Until Dawn to come back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And see like some kind of couple years later scenario or something, and see how they're all dealing.
Yeah, or even it'd be kind of funny too, because I mean everything's all about crossovers nowadays. Is if they had some characters from the different games cross over and like meet each other.
Heck yeah.
Yes. So yeah, if any of you have never heard of this game, 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you're into horror movies especially, or even just like, you know, getting together with a bunch of friends to do something fun, it's definitely the best game for that. And yeah, it's so much fun to do. You don't have to be an expert video gamer to play it.
No.
It's a ton of fun, so highly recommend. Check them out.
Yes. 20 out of 10. Yes.
Yes,
recommend.
Yes.
Speaking of crossovers, me and my friend, we just started playing the Marvel's Alliance Black Order game, which is just a giant crossover.
Oh yeah?
It's got we've only unlocked a small fraction of characters, but there's like a good chunk of the Marvel universe. They got like the guys from like the TV shows like Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and then I'm blanking. Oh, Spider-Verse. They got Miles Morales and Gwen. And then they got like OG Avengers, and they got X-Men's. Wolverine the bestest.
Nice.
They got a lot of different characters, so that's what we're doing right now. And it does just feel like a ginormous crossover.
That's cool.
It feels like, because the whole storyline, I guess, is we're trying to get the Infinity Stones, so it's like a weird, humongous crossover of like Avengers variety.
Yeah.
That they could do as long as they didn't sell their licenses to other people. But you know.
Do they have the same actors voicing the ones that are in the movies and stuff? Oh.
I think it's definitely different people. I could be wrong though, but I'm okay if I'm wrong. I would be happy to be wrong.
Oh, actually, speaking of, I can't remember if we mentioned this last episode, but speaking of like video games and like movies and crossovers and things, did you see that they announced, or they showed a teaser of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake from Uncharted?
See, I definitely saw that. Yes, see.
For the new Uncharted movie.
Which, I mean,
should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see it. I'm going to.
Nathan Fillion's the true Nathan Drake, but I mean, this is obviously supposedly set in like younger years of his, so I'm okay with that. And who is it? Mark Wahlberg's gonna play Sully.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
WTF? What the?
Honestly, though, like, I can picture him with, like, the shirt and the cigar, and he's got the voice for it and everything. It's just, and, like, Kathy and I were trying to figure out, like, the math about it, and I think he would be in his, like, technical 40s at the supposed time that this is, like, going to take place, so it makes kind of sense. Yeah, but yeah.
Does it, though? Mark Wahlberg does not look 40, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
they can make him look older. I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do?
That's true. I should keep an open mind.
Yeah. I'm interested to see. I hope that Tom Holland will do a good job, because right now all I can picture him is like squeaky Peter Parker.
Yes.
So, yeah.
He definitely has to be a little more cocky, more
gruff and rugged.
Well, I guess he doesn't have to be too rough and rugged if this is the younger years, so he's going to probably make a lot of screw-ups.
Yeah. But Nathan Drake's kind of got more of that suave, kind of devil-may-care sort of character about him.
I'm more interested in the action sequences.
Yes.
You know? Because I think I'd always bring them up to you, even before. It was like, oh, there's this time where he's climbing off the side of a fucking cliff, and then the camera, like, pulls out, and it's like, you see the great, you know, how tiny he is, and it's so good. So that's what I'm more interested in. How's the story going to play out, and how are they going to block all this? Because I think they could do some really good stuff, but if it's just another generic action movie, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fingers crossed, though.
Yep.
Cha-ching.
We got lots to hopefully look forward to with movies whenever they'll be able to come out again.
Yeah, whenever that's going to be.
Yep.
What's my thought? One more note before we wrap up.
All right, cool.
Speaking of Tom Holland and Spider-Man, there was a rumor, because I don't think it's yet been confirmed, because they've confirmed that Doctor Strange is going to be in the third Spider-Man movie.
Oh, really?
Yep, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yep.
Oh, that sounds cool.
So all people were like, ooh, dimensions, maybe different timelines and time. And of course, then the rumor then became that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were also rumored to be playing Spider-Man in the new film.
What?
Again, it's not been confirmed, so for all we know, it might just be one of those false dreams, because like I said, they've for sure confirmed Benedict Cumberbatch. He is for sure going to be in the film. And maybe just because everyone thinks, because of his powers with, like, bending time and everything, that maybe all the other, like, we're going to see maybe a live-action Spider-Verse movie.
Ooh.
In a way, which I'd be 100% down for.
See, that would be a cool way to introduce Is it Miles Morales is his name?
Yes.
That would be a cool way to introduce him as, like, the live-action version into the Spider-Verse, because we've already got the three that we know of, and then to have him and then Doctor Strange doing the whole with the time bending. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Well, so the weird thing about that is, I guess in the first one, Homecoming, Daniel Glover, who's in the film, he like foreshadows or mentions that he has a nephew. It was supposed to be a reference to Miles Morales then.
Wait, hold on. Who said that?
Daniel Glover in Homecoming.
Daniel Glover.
It's when they're facing all the gangsters, I think, and it's like in a little park.
Do you mean Donald Glover?
Yeah, what am I saying?
You said Daniel Glover.
Ah, my bad.
Is Donald Glover in the first one?
He is, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just like fusing him with Abed. Because his name is Danny, I think.
Right, yeah. I don't remember him being in the first movie. I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, so he's in the first movie, and I think it's something to do with the first gun deal, I think, with the new technology, and and then he mentions that he has a nephew, and it's supposed to be a reference to Miles Morales, because I remember early on, I don't know if he was necessarily pushing for it, but I know a lot of fans were pushing for him to play Miles Morales.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody really wanted him to do it.
Right. So then he, I guess, was the uncle, which now that I've watched the Spider-Verse, now I'm like, oh, he's the evil uncle. Yeah. But they kind of made him seem like a more anti-hero type guy in the movie, because But yeah, so
that would be cool.
Right at the time, I was like, I don't know what this means. I don't really care. Then Into the Spider-Verse came, and now my life has changed dramatically.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, I was even thinking about it today, like, just the thought of all the new Spider-Man projects, it's got me, like, real hyped. Because I definitely went through, like, a weird drought where I could have given two shits about Spider-Man.
Right.
I was like, I do not care. But, I mean, I think, or no, is it today? It's earlier this week when we're filming the podcast, but the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game is supposed to come out.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that yesterday. They had it on TV.
Yeah, and so I gotta play the first one because I bought it, so I'm gonna get on that. But yeah, I don't know, just that, and especially Into the Spider-Verse, just like revamped my spider love. Nice,
yeah, man. There's lots of great things to look forward to. So here's hoping that they come out sooner than later, so everybody can enjoy we're in need of some new, creative, fun stories and adventures and movies to watch. So give me all the movies.
World.
Especially time-bending ones. I take those, yes.
Timelines, dimensions, universes.
Right?
Bring them all together.
Give me all the action-adventure, Indiana Jones, archaeology type stuff. Give me all the time travel. I will take it all. My body is ready.
My body's ready. I think what would make the live... If true, if they got Benedict Cumberbatch, if they got all the two other Spider-Mans, they need to bring Nicolas Cage so he can do the live-action noir Spider-Man that he voiced in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
And then it'll be complete.
Yep.
Oh, dear God.
That would be funny.
Oh, goodness. And on that note, we got to end today's podcast. I got to swap my laundry over.
Oh, well, that's important.
I know. Big plans today, people. big plans. Gotta swap that laundry.
Well, that's it from us, Cinema Peeps. We hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Continue watching all the content. Get hyped for all the new, hopefully the new stuff coming out. Play Little Hope and the other Until Dawn games.
Yes.
You will not regret it. They are lots of fun, even for the people who aren't horror movie fans.
Such as me.
We have two confirmed feedback that it is very fun. And yeah.
And that's
we'll
truly
all you
that's all you need for a sample study. 2 people. That's it.
Yep.
Don't get anyone else's opinion. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Monkey.
Monkey.
And slap. Play Little Hope today. Boo, 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 boo.